The masses are going to go through every ailment there is. You can't be worrying about that, because if we keep worrying about the trouble that the masses are in, we never cultivate anything among ourselves to get to the high level in which the masses going to be a part of. Because ultimately, all this shit got to be destroyed. This shit is over.
I am inevitable.
All right, y'all. We are live. We are live in full effect. We live. We got a real topic for y'all today. We're gonna definitely get into this topic on why Trump is trying to ban hemp derived products.
So make sure y'all like and subscribe. If y'all haven't already, share this video.
Yo, share
Definitely
this video.
appreciate y'all for coming through.
Yeah,
We're about
share
to
this
get into
video.
this. Yeah.
All right, so Trump is rescheduling the marijuana. He's rescheduling it as a, I think, Schedule 3. So that bumps it up from being on a level of heroin to a level of, Tylenol and shit like that. So that's basically what he's doing. But on the flip side of that, he's taking hemp derived products like the gummies, the CBD gummies, anything that's infused with CBD and THC. They trying to ban that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we gotta get into this. So we got Mike Tyson speaking on the matter, but we gonna hop into this real quick. Hold on, real quick. Let me pull this up. All right. Let me pull this up real quick. Damn. All right. Let's get into it. All right. All right. So this is Mike Tyson on Fox speaking on how marijuana is the medical side of marijuana.
Taking things into his own hands.
Oh, let me move this. I don't know what just happened. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this.
Mike Tyson, welcome.
Hey,
Thanks.
Brian, what's up, brother?
What's going on? I have to ask you, what is the problem right now? Because it seems it's on its road to being legally nationwide. What are the hurdles you're dealing with right now?
Scheduling from 1 to 3, you have to believe cannabis is in the same category as heroin. How do you categorize it with heroin? Anybody that ever smoked cannabis know there's no comparison. And that's just ridiculous. So we're working on making a Schedule 3 and open up safe banking, because there's over 500,000 people that can't get loans because they're in the cannabis business alone. And that's just so ridiculous. It's such a great income of insurance for the country. And for the country. And I just can't see it. It's just ridiculous.
I know in your letter you highlighted 3 main points to the proposed reform. Can you go through those points for our audience?
Absolutely. As I was speaking and saying earlier, cannabis has been labeled a label 1 narcotic, and that's in the same category as crack and heroin. And we all know, whoever experienced with cannabis before, no, that's not true, and it's just ridiculous.
So, Mike, I guess, and
we're also
hey,
excuse me, I'm sorry to interrupt. We're also working on clemency. We're also working on clemency because there's people that's still in prison, been in it for 15 years, got enormous amount of time and ridiculous sentences for cannabis. Can you believe the rest of your life is going to be spent in prison because of a plant? It's just ridiculous.
There's a lot of people that find that ridiculous. So, Mike, I know you support the president. I know y'all are friends as well. But he has traditionally been against drugs and drinking. How has the conversation been with him?
Well, listen, that's the first mistake that we're making, is categorizing it as a drug. It's not a drug. It's a medicine. It's just not labeled as a medicine because we never use it, but it's being pretty much dealt with now.
I know you.
Yes, go ahead.
I know you said in the letter that in most of these states, it's legal to smoke marijuana. And some of these people that are incarcerated have really lengthy sentences. Are those sentences from before the laws changed?
Yes, they were, ma'am.
How long are those sentences?
Some of them up to 15, 20 years. for cannabis.
So Mike, you do agree. So for you personally, marijuana has helped you, correct? For you psychologically?
Well, listen, I hate to even say this. Just look at me, I don't know, 30 years ago when I was fighting, and look at me now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You're a little calmer.
Yeah, I could not live. I was going crazy without cannabis. I was just going absolutely mad, fighting people in the street, giving wild responses back to people who said, "Can I help you?" And then it's done so much for me. It's given me a new life, so to speak.
Mike, do you hope?
People who've known me,
Yeah.
people who've known me since I was
He's
fighting
definitely a lot calmer.
reckless
Oh, yeah.
trouble I was getting into. That's not happening now as an adult.
Mike,
It's just-
is one of your
Please,
pushes to make sure that this is legal nationwide?
100%, yes. This the time and the sentences they've been getting for this plant is just totally
Crazy.
ridiculous.
How did you get all of these athletes to come on board with you?
Well, listen, we all did it together. This is something they want.
You gotta realize a lot of people, a lot of them, like Tyson and the other athletes, a lot of them are in the marijuana business as well. A lot of them have their own strains. A lot of them have their own brands or whatever. So, and then marijuana is is a medical. See, and the thing about it is, there any type of alternative medicine that can help people. You know what I mean? They against that. But so they want to make sure it's put under control 100% by the government so they can tax the hell out of it. So that's mainly what it's about. But with Trump trying to do with banning the infused hemp CBD products like gummies and hemp derived drinks and chocolates and stuff like that, they trying to ban all that. And that's a lot of people use CBD. A lot of people use CBD for medical reasons. So is it competing with the pharmaceutical industry? That you know what I mean? That's the only thing you can really, take from is that it is competing with the pharmaceutical industry.
It's not only competing with the pharmaceutical industry, but it's competing with the alcohol industry also.
Facts.
None of them like hemp or CBD because it basically it's a safer alternative to pharmaceuticals and is a safer
Mhm.
alternative to alcohol.
Right.
Alcohol is more dangerous. That's legal and accepted everywhere, but that's more dangerous than anything. 'Cause a lot of drunk drivers, a lot of people ODing on
Right.
alcohol, liver
Facts.
cirrhosis of the liver, and all types of stuff. But they let that go through. It's like it's openly, that's openly acceptable for everybody to be drunk and be
Right.
alcoholic and brag about how much alcohol they drunk or how much they can drink. But then they
Facts.
go and ban CBD, something that no one never died from. Mind you, no
Never
one
die.
never died from cannabis.
Never.
If anybody died from cannabis, it was from another medical condition or it
Or
was
lace or
laced with
something.
something.
Yeah.
That's the only way. No one never died from cannabis, and no one definitely never died from CBD. But it definitely helped a lot of people. So you gotta think about it. Our industries, not really our industries, but these industries that exist, they're not really there to help people. They're only there for profit. And those seem like the only people who's making all the big decisions for the rest of us is people who's greedy for profit, even at the expense of our health.
Right. Because I mean, and you gotta think about it. What do that do for people that's in the hemp industry? So people like us that's in the hemp industry. People that have businesses in the hemp industry, and they talking
Oh man,
about
all the messages we get that people that we help, that people that depend on our
facts.
products is crazy. And the fact that they want to ban that and keep people away from that to the point where people have to get back to the addictive pharmaceuticals,
It's not
Percocets
good.
and Oxycontins, that stuff is highly addictive and it ruins people's lives.
Facts.
You got people who never did drugs before, they get an injury, and next thing you know, they addicted to painkillers
Yeah.
because that's how the pharmaceutical companies operate, like legal drug dealers.
Yeah.
To do for so many years, but didn't know how to go about doing it. And I was just blessed enough to have the the perfect team for this particular genre of sports or whatever it was, medicine and Weldon. We got to put this in perspective. The Weldon Angels are also helping us work this rescheduling out, and I'm just so happy to be a part of this and being part of all the other athletes, not knowing that they were really with this whole situation and making cannabis legal. I never knew other athletes wanted that as well.
So has this been a successful business for you?
The business has been successful, but it's not going to help anybody unless we make it safer, because right now it's very difficult and it's not safe.
What do you mean? What do you mean by safer?
Well, we have people in China and Mexico, and they're filling our cannabis with fentanyl and pesticides and all that stuff, and it's just killing human beings.
Wow.
What do you say?
And that's why we're trying to make it legal.
What do you say to the critics that are, don't like drugs at all?
Well, this is what we do. This is the first problem that they have, because we always saying it's a drug. The word drug is negative when it comes to Americans and all that stuff, because we think about cocaine, cannabis, cocaine, heroin, liquor, and all that stuff. But that's not true. Cannabis is not a drug. No one's never died from. No one's never OD'd over it.
Right.
And for anyone to think that it's anything more than a drug, it's just, you can't believe it. Look, people drink. How many people die drinking? You put a bunch of people that don't like each other in a room and give them alcohol. They kill each other. You give them some cannabis, they start taking selfies with one another. And they hate each other. It's just a whole different thing.
Well, that's an interesting case study.
Right.
Certainly. But I mean, there is an addictive part of marijuana, like anything else.
You don't have to smoke it. You could do gummies. You don't have to necessarily smoke it. You can do it all. It's in everything.
See, and that's where this comes in with it, when they trying to ban the gummies and all that stuff. They trying to ban all the hemp infused products off the shelf. You know what I mean? So, and that's going to destroy. You know what I mean? They estimated that that's going to destroy a $30 billion industry, which could actually help the economy and actually give the economy a boost. But it seems like they just trying to bring the economy down to its knees, because they need to, they trying to take it to a whole different financial system. So they trying to collapse the old financial system so they can spark the whole new one up. So they just trying to kill the economy bit by bit.
And another good thing about the CBD and hemp, it's good for people who don't want the psychoactive side of cannabis, but still want the medical benefits. And it seems like if you actually do your research, you'll find out that a lot of the medical dispensaries in the states where it's legal are owned by Monsanto. And when you find out who Monsanto is, you'll find out they basically run the pesticide business, and they run the food businesses. They run everything on in that industry. And you think about it, the stuff from the dispensaries is not even as safe like that, because all the chemicals they spraying on that. That's another thing. So they don't want people. And the thing is, with CBD, you could buy CBD at a regular smoke shop or something, but you can't buy regular THC. So a lot of people was like, well, I just do the CBD. I don't want the psychoactive stuff anyway. So now you becoming a rival to the dispensaries too. Because notice something. Trump want to make regular cannabis, with the THC, he want to make that Schedule 3. So to where it's like buying Tylenol 3 with codeine and stuff like that. But he want to make CBD products illegal. So there you go. Another industry that basically Monsanto is connected to that. So there you go. They go Trump looking out for the big industries again. Like that's what you gotta understand. A lot of these politicians and stuff, when they make decisions based on if it's going to make the corporations happy or not. They don't care about the general public. They don't care because they don't care about the general public because they know they already got the general public in their pockets already. General public ain't going to stand up like they should. And they keep looking out for those industry checks. They want more checks from big alcohol. They want more checks from Monsanto. They want checks from big pharma. So they get into those offices and they just deal with the lobbyists and say, screw the Americans. Screw the American people. We all about getting money from the corporations. And that's basically what's going on here. It don't matter who's in office. They all do the same. Republicans, Democrat, Trump, Biden, it don't matter who it is. They all about themselves first, and it's always been like that. And until people stand up and notice that and start doing something about it, it's going to continue.
Facts.
Like, do you believe there should be an age just like liquor where you can't drink when too young?
Absolutely, absolutely, 100%, 100%.
What should the age be?
But listen, 21, of course.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to use one of these analogies again. Who would you rather have sitting on that couch with you? A cannabis user or a crack user?
I'm going to go with those are my only two choices. I'll be cannabis. Okay. Yeah, we don't book the crack users like we used to.
Well, you should to compare the two.
So, Mike, are you done fighting?
I can't hear you. Say that again.
Are you done fighting?
Pretty much so. Pretty
right.
much so.
Unless they hit you with a...
Well, he fighting Floyd Mayweather coming up in 2026, so he ain't done fighting. He whoever coming with that check, you know what I'm saying? He gonna get in that ring. I mean, that's what he do. All right, we're gonna have to switch over. We're gonna switch over to Kumo. Before we get into this video, we're sponsored by nightandayherbals.com. Let's get into a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back after these messages.
If you crave nature but still shop online, Night and Day Herbals is your dream come true. Discover premium herbal soaps, shampoos, and CBD products. All organic, all for you. Shop now at nightandayherbals.com.
All right, the link to the shop is in the description of this video and pinned to the top of the chat. Make sure y'all go over there and support our business. We have a hemp business going on with they're trying to destroy. You know what I'm saying? But our hemp is organically grown in Amish country. So you're getting the best CBD probably in the United States. Because the Amish, the way they grow theirs is total traditional, ancient way. A lot of these other people use grow houses, UV lights, and all that to grow it out of season. Our CBD is strictly grown in season, out in the field, getting that good sunlight that it needs. And all the stuff that we use in it is grown in season as well, like the lavender or the mint or all that's grown in season. So this is the best CBD on the market you're gonna get. That's real talk. There ain't no capping either. So we're gonna get into Kumo. So Kumo slams the bill that's trying to ban derived hemp, infused hemp products. And he made some good points, man. So we got to get into what Kumo was talking about. This video, I think he did this video maybe 2 days ago or maybe a day ago. So let's go ahead and get into this real quick. Make sure y'all hit that like button, share this video, and let's continue, man. Let me know if y'all can hear it too. Let me know the audio good.
Senator Rand Paul from
Let me know if the audio good.
Kentucky bring
good on mine.
of all
Is working? Does it sound good?
Yep.
All right.
things at such a crucial moment when the end of the shutdown was there. You know what the answer is? Because this guy was trying to stop an injustice.
Yeah, mind you, they snuck this bill in during the shutdown as well. So this was one of the bills that was in, they little bill pile up that they was trying to, pass these certain things through. This is one of the bills that was on the table.
This had nothing to do with shutdown politics. It had everything to do with him trying to shut down a dirty move by his fellow Kentucky senator, rewarding greed, rewarding special interests in our politics over the interests and wellness of millions of Americans. Senator Mitch McConnell sneaked in a measure that just effectively banned THC and CBD products. Weird target? Yeah. Random? Nope.
These old geese.
He did this to please his bourbon-pushing buddies in Kentucky. As one of his final acts, the senior senator chose to help push poison at the expense of medicine.
There you go. That's just what you was talking about, Isaiah. Them, competing with the You know, the alcohol companies. See, he's trying to push this bourbon. Meanwhile, you know what I mean? Everybody wants the hemp. You know what I mean? Everybody wants the hemp and all that. He's trying to push alcohol and shit. Come on, bro. Come on, Mitch McConnell, go sit your old behind down anyway. Y'all, a lot of y'all up there need to retire anyway. Y'all old and all washed up and out of date and out of touch.
Wasn't this dude passing out and
Yeah,
all
yeah,
sick and whatnot?
yeah,
Why he
yeah.
ain't
Because
retired yet?
they asked him about something and he passed out. Well, he act like he passed out. I think they asked him something about the Epstein. I think,
Oh yeah,
or some other shit.
he definitely probably one of Epstein's buddies. I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, there's these old geezers out of here. A lot of them people need to sit down and retire. You know what I mean, let the next generation take over.
One
No,
medical
he
study
been to that
found one
island.
in
Oh, he looked like he been to that island. All right, so here's the list they want to ban: infused gummies, drinks, chocolates, baked edibles, creams, body oils, vapes. That they basically trying to run us up out of business. A lot of this stuff we sell on our website, and a lot of other people that sell, like they just trying to destroy the whole hemp industry. Period. This is
That's
crazy,
big
bro.
alcohol and big pharma,
Facts.
and they get
5
crooked
of us.
politicians like Mitch to
Lobby.
pull it
Yep.
off for him.
Mm-hmm.
Use hemp-derived THC or CBD gummies or tinctures or cream every year. That is why hemp is trending on social media despite all the Epstein noise. This
Mm-hmm.
isn't simply about getting high. This is no more about going after hippies and counterculture. But even if it were, where do politicians get off judging that kind of personal behavior, period, let alone removing hemp for the benefit of alcohol? Alcohol is responsible for more death and destruction than just about any other substance.
Let me chime in here. And this is what they use to distract us from, because they know a lot of people is not really paying attention to this. They paying even more attention to the Epstein stuff, the Diddy stuff. Epstein stuff is important as well, but they use a lot of filler and stuff to control the narrative so they can keep us not focused on things. Because this stuff right here affects us, our day-to-day life. The Epstein shit don't affect us day to day. You know what I mean? But these type of decisions they making right here affects us, you know what I mean, on a daily basis.
And in
Yeah,
fact, the fact that they squeezed it in there to order to open up the country again.
facts.
They did some sneaky underhanded stuff by adding that on at the last minute, so people won't even recognize it or not even care. Like, oh, we're not going to. So it could be like, oh, we ain't going to keep the country shut down because people want to use hemp. So we going to just let the bill go through, not realizing that's killing off a big industry right there. That basically helped a lot of people with income and jobs and stuff like that.
Fact.
Like it's crazy. Like this goes to show you that this government don't care nothing about its people at
Probably
all. Like not even
right.
like we say it's important to vote, but there's no one to vote for. That's what we try to get people to see. There's no one left to vote for. Even if there was, they the minority and they won't be able to get nothing done in that cesspool. Like let's be real, it needs to be
Too
wiped
much
clean.
corruption. Yeah, it's too much
Everything
corruption.
needs to be wiped clean. Like we can't deal with these politicians anymore. There's a lot of people who was deceived by Trump, thinking that Trump was going to come in and save the day because he's not a traditional politician. But he's just as bad. He's worse because he definitely going to sell the country out for his corporate buddies. He definitely, and for his own companies and for his own
Facts.
self-interest. Everybody who gets in that office is in there for their own self-interest. They don't care about the people, and they just using the system as just pawns to do their bidding. Now we're gonna have feds and stuff banging on our door for selling medicine, while big
Facts.
pharma get away with selling stuff like fentanyl and oxycontin and Percocet. That stuff is killing people left and right. But they get away scot free. Not even just that, the jizzy jab. Y'all know what I'm saying? That's been killing people, knocking people off. And they get away scot free with that, but they able to come and ban hemp. And for what? Oh, they think hemp is more dangerous than the fentanyl that's on the streets, or that they selling through those doctors' offices. That fentanyl stuff has been some of the most dangerous stuff that we've ever seen.
It's in
You
everything
could
too.
die just by touching it.
Yeah,
You can die just by touching it,
it's in
and that's
it's
legal.
every
And
street
that's
drug.
legal. That's insane. That's more dangerous than any street drug. It is a street drug. All them pharmaceutical drugs are technically they're worse than the traditional street drugs.
Hell yeah.
Fentanyl is actually not to compare the two, but fentanyl is actually more dangerous than heroin.
Yeah, because you could die just by touching it. Yeah.
Just by touching it with your bare hands,
Well,
you
your
can
finger.
die.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That's insane.
Excessive drinking
Right.
kills 178,000 Americans every year. Alcohol poisoning kills over 2,000 Americans a year. Guess how many Americans die from CBD or THC poisoning each year?
Zip.
Zero.
Zippity doo dah.
But this was way past due. Hemp has been getting away with it when marijuana is regulated. Getting away with what? Safe pain relief and relaxation?
Exactly.
Tens of millions of Americans turn to hemp-derived CBD and sometimes THC to help with pain, sleep, stress, anxiety. I guarantee you, if you don't, you know someone who does. A lot of people
Shit, we do.
recovering
I'm
from
smoking a
injuries,
CBD cigarette right now.
physical or psychological, use these products instead of other much more heavy-duty pharmaceuticals. That's a bad thing. And for many, including me, they have become a much safer alternative to drinking alcohol. And that little bit is why Mitch McConnell just tried to submarine the industry. Ironically, it was McConnell who first legalized the hemp industry in his 2018 Farm Bill. Ironic, huh? So what changed? Money. Bourbon is huge in Kentucky. It employs over 20,000 people in the state. And the industry is struggling. Liquor sales are down 3% this year. Why? Tariffs and the fact that Americans say they drink less, especially since safe substances like hemp came about.
Exactly.
The counter is, oh, no. This isn't about corporate greed. It's about kids who are getting hemp products because they're unregulated, unlike marijuana and alcohol. Even if this were true, regulate young people using it. You don't just ban an entire industry. It's a $28 billion industry. It employs over 300,000 Americans all over the state, all over the country. It pays $13 billion in wages, $1.5 billion in taxes. Are you just going to wipe it out for your buddies in Kentucky? And by the way, if you're worried about kids getting access to it, did we ban alcohol? Kids get access to that too in high school, right? When's the last time you heard about a DUI that was caused by hemp? When's the last time you heard about hemp addiction? If you really want to make this about kids, there has been a huge drop in drinking by high school seniors after hemp was legalized. So what are you saying? We're taking this away. Go back to booze. This is wrong on two levels. It's politics at its worst. Shame on Senator McConnell. And bravo to Senator Rand Paul. Not only they're from the same state, they're in the same party. They're both Republicans. For him to go against him this way, especially in that moment, was brave. And I wish he had had a better opportunity for people to understand this. Because it's bad policy. Helping people sell poison like bourbon by functionally removing hemp, by reducing potency to a useless level, you take away what is a medicine for most and harmless in the main. And that is terrible.
Help us understand this bill. Does this mean marijuana dispensaries go out of business too, or just the stuff at the gas station?
No, yeah, I think this bill has a lot to do with the marijuana industry, you know?
Yeah. See, that's the thing the alcohol companies see their numbers dropping and they see the hemp business is thriving. You know what I'm saying? So they trying to do everything they could do to lobby some of these politicians, line their pockets up so they could pass a bill through for them. Yeah, somebody said do the CBD cigarettes work. Yeah, I'm about to send you the link now. Actually, the link is pinned to the top.
The link is pinned to the top, and I just posted the link in the chat too. Yeah, we definitely got a lot of good praises of people who wanted to get off regular cigarettes and said that our CBD cigarettes definitely helped them.
Facts.
Like it definitely helped them get off that nicotine and and all the poisons that they put in regular cigarettes out there. See, our CBD cigarettes don't have any of that. We don't use like synthetic pesticides and all this other stuff. It's grown organically, so
And it's a
it's
healthier
definitely a lot
choice.
healthier. It's a healthier alternative for real.
Yeah, for pain, if you're trying to relax, if you need, you know what I mean, it helps people with sleep and all that. Even help some people with asthma. We even got reports back
Facts.
that it helped them with asthma.
Facts.
You know what I mean, so we know, first of all, this country thrived back in the early 1900s with the hemp industry. The country was
And even
thriving,
before that, bro, even before that,
right?
even like the 1700s, 17 and 1800s, hemp was a big thing in the United States. It was a big people used it for medicine. They used hemp, fibers and stuff to build rope and clothing and all types of stuff. Yeah, the
Right,
hemp industry is a big thing. And the thing is, a lot of people was giving up alcohol because people are just becoming more health conscious these days. People getting tired of being sick. We getting tired because the big picture is we're being poisoned in our country too, because the agencies that's supposed to be preventing that stuff from getting in our food supply and in our air and in our water, they not doing the job. Instead, they selling us out to the big companies also. So now we got pesticides to deal with, we got chemtrails to deal with, we got all types of radioactive waste and stuff being dumped into the water, all types of shit going on when it
fact,
comes to our health here. And then our food is contaminated. All of our
fact.
food, just about even the organic food, is being contaminated. The government ain't checking for none of that, even though they taking our money in taxes and paying themselves to supposedly regulate that stuff. They not doing their job. They take our money and they take the corporations' money, and they just let the corporations just put all the poison they want into our food supply, into our air, and into our water. So people was like, I don't want to drink alcohol no more. I want to get my, I want to get myself, I
Health,
want to get in
my health
shape. I
together.
want to get
Right.
healthy. I want to, I mean, I don't want to do alcohol anymore. I'm still in pain. I got inflammation. Oh, I see the CBD over here. This is a healthier alternative. This is what our ancestors used to use. I'd rather use the CBD and the hemp. So now alcohol sales are plummeting.
Hell
Alcohol
yeah.
sales are plummeting, and more people are not going to get the pharmaceuticals. You got more people removing themselves off the pharmaceuticals, and they going for stuff like CBD. So this is like a team effort between big alcohol, and big pharma. They're like teaming up to get rid of CBD.
Yeah.
And mind you, they're backing cannabis. Big pharma is backing cannabis as far as the dispensaries and stuff is involved, because they get to spray their chemicals on it. See, a lot of the stuff that's coming from the dispensaries ain't safe no more, because because Monsanto and all them owns a lot of the dispensaries. So that's another problem. It's the same thing they did with tobacco. Big tobacco. Big to- Tobacco was a medicine before the big industries got to it. When the big industries got to tobacco, that's when cigarettes basically started killing people and giving people emphysema, because all the chemicals that they spray on the tobacco to help it grow faster. Because if anybody know anything about the tobacco takes a long time to grow and harvest, to the point they won't be able to mass produce it. So the only way they're able to mass produce tobacco, they have to spray harmful chemicals on it to make it grow faster. That's what's been, and that those chemicals that they spray on the tobacco to make it grow faster is what's killing people. It's not the tobacco itself, because tobacco was actually a medicinal plant when the natives was using it. The natives would use it for their peace offering. They would use yucca and they would use tobacco. They would use those two things, and they would use it as medicine. They would use it as for ceremonies and all that stuff. But it was grown organically, and the way it's supposed to be grown. When big industries go into anything, whether it's alcohol, cannabis, or anything, they destroy it, because then it becomes all about profit. And that's what's happening here. That's what's happening here. It's all about profit. Because it's weird that Trump would basically ban the CBD and hemp industry, but then support the THC cannabis industry by making it a Schedule 3 instead of a Schedule 1. Schedule 3 just meaning it's more like Tylenol or something like that. Schedule 1, like what Tyson was saying earlier, that's like saying it's basically like heroin and all that. So they're loosening the laws on THC cannabis itself. That's only because Monsanto and them is about to corner the industry in medicinal cannabis. That's why. And they just going to spray all their chemicals on it. That's all they're going to do. And then they basically going to make cannabis unhealthy by spraying their chemicals on it. The same thing they did with big tobacco. So we gotta be mindful of this. Once these plants, once these medicinal things get into the big corporate hand, they're gonna ruin it, and it's not medicinal anymore. Because they only growing for profit. So that means they gotta put synthetic things on there that's not conducive to the human body, that don't belong in the human body or in the environment. So that's what's happening. It's just corruption. That's it is. It's corruption and greed.
Facts.
And the money behind that, as well as the alcohol industry and the pharmaceutical
Explain
industry.
this.
Well, you got Mitch McConnell here, who's gathered all the money to go at this and put this and present this and sneak this in. This is, completely reversing the 2018 Farm Bill, which President Trump should be championing. This is a $30 billion industry, as you said. How many other industries has Trump created specifically? This is 2018.
If this happens and a year from now nothing changes, what does that mean for consumers?
It means all products off the shelf, because this new legislation puts in language, as Senator Paul says, that is going to completely roll back the times. It completely reverses the 2018 Farm Bill. So
But there were cannabis stores before 2018, right? There were
everything gone. 400,000 jobs gone.
Wow.
Okay. That are going to have to accept all the farms done. There's not one strain of cannabis, hemp or otherwise, that is ever going to test compliant under these new standards, period. So you're talking about your grandma's now salve that she uses for her arthritic knee. She's a felon too, on top of that.
Well, okay. I guess you have to have a few more prisons for grandma. This is personal, I know, for a lot of people, but I want, full disclosure, used to try and enjoy a marijuana joint at one time or another, and then tried some of the gummies. One of the gummies I got from the store, first part of the package, fine, like small little dose, it was great. The second one I took from the same package made me so sick, I threw up all over the place. I said, I am never touching this stuff again, because this industry cannot figure out how to monitor quality.
Sure.
Having you brought some of these problems on yourself?
I've been through that experience myself. Took a little bit too much, and it worked out, and here we are today.
Okay,
right?
we're live.
At the end of the day, this is about education, right? And that's what the hemp industry has wanted.
This was the same product. This was clearly quality control and the way these were being.
Hold up. So all right. He took one and it was cool, and he took another one, was throwing all up. But people who drink alcohol throw up all the time, and where they at again the next day or the next week? Back to another bottle again.
Back at the bar or the bottle.
Back at the bar, back to cracking open another bottle or another beer. See, that's what it confuses me.
Right. Yeah.
It confuses me.
But
So we'll let people can get sick, get in car accidents and all that type of stuff on alcohol. You might have came across a company that's not doing the CBD or mislabeled the CBD. Now all CBD is bad, but you can keep going back to the alcohol, even though it caused a mass car pileup or someone died from cirrhosis of the liver. But that's okay though, because it's more socially acceptable.
But that don't
even make sense.
But that's the excuses that they're making to justify them passing the bill through because they know the alcohol business is down. So they trying to make a move. It ain't even about health. They don't give a shit about health. They never did. We know they don't care about health. This is all about profit. And their margins is down, so they got to make a move. A desperate move, might I add, because they did it while the shutdown was going on. So they snuck it in there. And that's what they always do when some catastrophic event happen. That's when they sneak a lot of those bills through anyway. So yeah, they just bust a quick move real quick. That's all they did. Yeah, because they're gonna use every excuse to say, "Oh yeah, it's harmful. It makes you sick," and then they're gonna come up with every excuse. You know what I mean? To ban the hemp products. But we know what it's about. It's about the profits. Their margins is down. Let me switch over to Rand Paul real quick, because I really wanted to get into this real quick. But Rand Paul was up there actually championed for, you know, and going against the ban on the products. But he made some interesting points I want to get into. So
Instead of a
let me know if we good on the audio.
clean CR, this bill contains
Good.
language that has been airdropped in that will destroy hemp farming in Kentucky and across the United States. Tucked away on page 163, Title 7, Division B of this spending package is a provision that will shut down the hemp industry across the United States. My amendment would strip the provision designed to regulate the hemp industry to death. The bill, as it now stands, overrides the regulatory frameworks of several states, cancels the collective decisions of hemp consumers, and destroys the livelihoods of hemp farmers. And it couldn't come at a worse time for America's farmers. Times are tough for our farmers. Farmers' costs have increased as the price of fertilizer and machinery have jumped, while prices for their crops like soybean, corn, and wheat have declined. For many farmers, hemp has proved to be a lifeline, a new cash crop. Farmers turn to growing hemp to mitigate the losses they've endured during this season of hardship. But that lifeline may soon be extinguished by this very legislation. The effective hemp ban included in this spending package is a result, we are told, of bad actors skirting the legal limits by overly enhancing the concentration of THC in their products. The hemp industry, myself and others, have come together and we have been willing to negotiate to get rid of the bad actors. And yet, instead, we are met with legislation that would be prohibition. Members of the industry, myself and others who are advocates of this, have been willing to get rid of synthetic cannabinoids. We've been willing to compromise at every turn, but we're met with the numbers in this bill which will eradicate the hemp industry. For the last several weeks, we've offered proposals with the goal of creating an environment in which the hemp industry could thrive and sell products. And we've been met with those who want to prohibit the industry from continuing. This bill's per serving THC content limit would make illegal any hemp product that contains more than 0.4 milligrams. That would be nearly 100% of the existing market. The numbers put forward in this bill will eliminate 100% of the hemp products in our country. That amounts to an effective ban because the limit is so low that the products intended to manage pain or anxiety will lose their effect. The states have done what they're supposed to. The states have instituted laws. 23 states have instituted laws on hemp. None of them have limits anywhere close to what is being proposed in this bill. So what will happen is most of the things that your states have regulated, are regulating, and have made legal will be made illegal by this bill. This bill will effectively preempt and nullify all state laws concerning hemp. Currently, Maine limits THC to 3 milligrams per serving. That will be overruled. My home state limits THC to 5 milligrams in beverages. That will be overruled. Minnesota, Utah, Louisiana also have 5 milligrams per serving. Alabama and Georgia have 10 milligrams. Tennessee has 15 milligrams. The bill before us nullifies all these state laws and makes the hemp industry kaput. The language in this bill will outlaw all current hemp plants and seeds. It changes the definition of what a hemp plant is. It makes it so low that there may not even be an existing plant that can meet the parameters. But every plant in the country will have to be destroyed. Every hemp seed in the country will have to be destroyed. This is the most thoughtless, ignorant proposal to an industry that I've seen in a long, long time. The states have made progress, and more progress was coming. Most states have age limits. To add insult to injury, we are given this legislation in an appropriation bills. We have Senate rules against this. So I would recommend that we vote for this amendment, and my amendment would strip out the language, and I would like to transfer the remainder of my time to Senator Merkley.
Oh shoot! Let me pause that.
This is absolutely disgusting.
They're
And
trying to
you know
destroy.
what? It's people really believe that Trump was going to make a difference. I mean, me personally, I knew that he wasn't. I knew that he was for himself first, and then for his corporate buddies. Even though they try to make it look like they're for the American people, I'm gonna be honest with you. Any president that go into that Oval Office and they're actually for the American people, they end up getting assassinated or attempted assassination.
Right.
And Trump, that was a fake attempt assassination. I still believe that was staged. What happened to Trump when they took a shot at him, I believe that was staged. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I honestly believe that was staged. But anybody who actually really goes in there and try to make a change, they really take them out.
Facts.
Like they're not gonna let anyone in that Oval Office or any office be in there and actually be for the people. They're just not gonna do it. To be honest with you, I honestly think some people might think this is extreme, but I honestly think this government is at war with its people, but it's a covert war. Like they're actively poisoning us. They're actively collapsing the economy so they could get more control. Like everything that they do, it
They
seems
brought in
like
the
it's
military.
anti. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I honestly believe that this government is have
It was.
declared an act of war on its people, even since like the stuff like the Patriot Act, where they
Right.
spying on us. They give us all, and they working with the corporations too, like Apple and Google and all of them. They spying on us. They give us all these devices that they're able to tap into and listen to what we say and see where we going and all this type of stuff they able to do to us.
And it's a
They're
biological,
honestly
chemical warfare at that.
chemical biological warfare, a covert war. I honestly believe this government is at war with its people actively.
And not only that,
Like
they
this.
robbing us too.
Well,
Through
that's part of the
taxes.
war. That's part of
Yep.
the war. The taxes is part. The excessive taxes and the
Using our own
taxation
money to
without
enslave us.
representation, taxing us 3 times for the same thing, 3 and 4 times over. We get taxed 3 and 4 times over for the same stuff over and over and over again, to the point where people is only seeing about only 30% of their income. All the rest goes to taxes and back to the corporations. Like you got to think about it. This like the corporations and the government. This is what you call fascism. Fascism fascism along with a
Crony,
scientific dictatorship.
crony capitalism at that.
It's even
They only,
past crony
yeah, because
capitalism
they
at
only
this
looking
point.
out. They only looking out for their their cronies. They only looking
It's
out for
bro, it's even
the
past
corporation.
that now. It's to the point where the corporations and the government has merged. They just not
Yeah,
telling
they had
us.
right. Yeah, they
like
did
like
emerge.
Facebook and all those, that's literally government. Like
Yeah,
that's
when you,
literally government ran. Like the people don't realize Facebook was literally bought by the FBI back all the way back in like 2008. People don't
CIA.
realize that since the not only the FBI, the CIA, oh, this the government, the federal government period, have owned Facebook since 2008. People don't realize that at the start of Facebook, the FBI had a actual office in Facebook that they run out of Facebook. Everything that we do is being monitored. Ever since the Patriot Act, it's been crazy. And they not only doing that now and they into heavily chemical biological warfare through our food supply. They're basically killing off our farmers. They like the way like agriculture is like not almost non-existent. Everything is going to factory plants. Factory plants, like to the point where the food ain't even real anymore. Majority of the food in the grocery store is not even real. That's another reason why people don't want to drink alcohol anymore, because people trying to get their health together, because people was wondering, why are we so sick? Why are the kids so sick? You so young. Kids are young. They fresh bodies. Why are they sick? Why a lot of the kids are born sick? Why they got all these weird allergies and stuff and all these weird illnesses that we didn't even have 20 years ago? Why is autism rate rising so high? Why is the cancer rate so damn high? Why is heart attack, stroke, high blood pressure, and diabetes? Why the rates going up? We got all this pharmaceutical drugs that's supposed to be good for us. Why all the disease rates going up sky high? Sky high. Everybody's walking around sick. What's going on out here? That's because our government is literally making sure we're poisoned. This is an active war, y'all. They want to depopulate most of us. That's what it is. They want depopulation. That's why they push more abortions. They push the the contraceptives, and they push everything that's anti-life. They push that on us. Why do you think they're going to choose alcohol over CBD? Because alcohol have killed more people than CBD. CBD haven't killed anyone. So of course the government is going to push alcohol because alcohol kills us. Like we got to sit back and analyze what this government is doing to us. They are literally waging a covert war. It ain't even covert no more. If you're just paying attention, you see how the government operate. And it's always against the interests of the American people.
Hell yeah. Real talk. So they definitely trying to cripple the economy and bring it down to its knees because they definitely want to flip the switch and and go into a whole new different financial system with the cryptocurrency, the digital cryptocurrency. But they trying to make sure the regulations is in place. That's why they lining everything up. You know what I mean? And these politicians are just not for us. This is a prime example right here. This is proving it right here that they will actually sneak a bill in like that when the country is when the government is shut down. They actually did a sneaky ass play and put the bill in there during the shutdown. That tells you right there that these politicians ain't for the people. It's whoever lining their pockets up. That's who they gonna do their bidding for. They don't care about the American citizens. But every 4 years, you're lining up back to back in those long ass lines to go in there and vote for these same people that screw you over every chance they get. They cap you up during campaigns. They cap you up and tell you what they're gonna do. But they don't do shit that they say they're gonna get in there and do. Not one thing. They actually do the total opposite when they get in there. You know what I'm saying? So this right here is prime example of that these politicians don't have the best interest of the people. Prime example. Shoot, that right there, we just gonna leave that right there. We gonna continue to go live on this channel. So make sure y'all subscribe to this channel. We ain't been live on this channel in like over a year. I think this is when we got the channel back, we went live one time to let people know that the channel was, back. We've been posting content, but now we're about to get into these strong topics now. So I mean, these strong topics that's gonna that's necessary right now to talk about. Why everybody's paying attention to Diddy and Epstein, which is fine because there's messages in that as well. There's things in that as well. So, and this Epstein shit right now is really a situation where a lot of these industries are tied to that. A lot of these industries are tied to that Epstein, them Epstein files. A lot of these alcohol brands that's trying to, destroy the hemp industry. A lot of them are tied to the Epstein shit. Yes, indeed. Look what they just released. The pictures of the Epstein. Look, you see all the politicians and the people that was in line with him, from
Including
Trump to Bill Clinton to Prince Andrew over there in England to all the actors and actresses that directors, people within the corporation industry, fashion designers, alcohol people, just all types of people that was tied to that guy. So that might be a topic we need to get into on here too as well. Just to because they trying to release more. They said they have like over 95,000 images of that they collected over the years of Epstein operation since he been operating since the early 80s or the late 80s, mid 80s, early and on, whatever. So all that partying and all that, business he was doing and all the people he was connected to and it's a lot of people, tied to that. So we might have to get into that too. So make sure y'all subscribe to this channel, man. Like we said, yeah, I mean, y'all better start buying the CBD now. If you can buy wholesale, you better buy wholesale because they trying to ban these products, and we ain't having it. They trying to ban these hemp products, man. So buy it while you can. Definitely shop with us at nightandayherbals.com as well.
Make sure you join the newsletter just in case if you haven't already. You get special discounts and everything when you join the newsletter.
Facts.
So and we also want to, talk about topics through the newsletter and send y'all links to the live streams when we go live and all of that. So make sure y'all join the newsletter. Yeah, we definitely appreciate everybody who's been supporting and buying from us, for sure. Yeah, this is definitely these topics definitely need to be talked about more, for sure.
Yeah, because it's these are things that's affecting us on a day-to-day basis. You know what I'm saying? And that's the things they trying to keep our minds occupied with the nonsense. Same thing with bread and circuses, man. Bread and circus. But yeah, we appreciate y'all tuning in, man. And we gonna catch y'all on the next live stream. You know what I mean? We appreciate y'all coming through and rocking with us.
If you crave nature but still shop online, Night and Day Herbals is your dream come true. Discover premium herbal soaps, shampoos, and CBD products. All organic, all for you. Shop now at nightandayherbals.com.